Hey there guys, Melissa here at Prime Residential. So I'm just wanting to talk to you today about the importance of selecting the right tenant for your property. So I've spoken about this before, but I just wanted to jump in and do a quick video to talk about it again. So this property just behind me is an entry-level rental property. It's a 2-bedroom home in Wyndham Vale. So very entry-level property for an entry-level tenant to come into the market. So we actually had a lot of inquiry on this property. We had a lot of people applying for the home, and we just weren't able to find the right tenant for this particular client. So these owners were owner occupiers. They moved out of their property and into another property, and we wanted to make sure that we found them the best tenant. It's a very small block and all the neighbours are quite close together, so we didn't want to have anyone that had a track record of having noise complaints. We didn't want to put a bad tenant in with a bad rental reference, or anyone that wouldn't look after this beautiful home. So even though it was an entry-level property, we still needed to make sure that we found a high quality tenant for our landlord. So we were actually prepared to wait a few weeks. It did take a few weeks to get the right tenant for this property, and we waited a few weeks and we found a really great tenant who's actually one of our current tenants at the moment, actually. So funny story about that. But the point of the video here is just to make sure that you don't rush into just finding any tenant for the property. No matter what kind of home you actually have to rent out, it is really important that you make sure that you don't put anybody in with a bad track record that's not going to look after the property or is going to cause a nuisance to the neighbours. So we had a great result for our client. We're really happy with the tenants that we put into our property. So the point of the video is just to get the best tenant, not to get any tenant. It is well worth having a couple of weeks of a vacancy rather than putting a troubled tenant into the property that's going to cause you more headaches down the track. So if you have any questions, get in contact. Take care.